Chapter 3. Contemplating the karmic conditions of beings. At this time, at this grand assembly in the Triastria heaven, Queen Ma with Macron Ya with Macron, the mother of the Buddha, respectfully joined her palms and asked Bodhisattva Kṣitigarbha, Venerable One, the beings of Jambudva engage in various kinds of actions, and their resulting karmic consequences vary. Can you explain this in more detail? Bodhisattva Kṣitigarbha replied, In the countless worlds and lands, some have hells, while others do not, some have females, while others do not, some have the transmission of the Buddha's teachings, while others do not. Even for Vakas and Pratyekabuddhas, it is the same. It is not only in hell that karmic consequences are experienced. Queen Ma with Macron Ya with Macron then asked Bodhisattva Kṣitigarbha once more, saying, I am only interested in hearing about the names of the realms of unfortunate rebirth, as well as the experiences of suffering that beings from our Jambudva undergo as a result of their unwholesome karma. Bodhisattva Kṣitigarbha replied, Honored Mother, due to the vastness of this topic, I hope you can forgive me. I will provide a brief overview. Queen Ma with Macron Ya with Macron responded, Venerable One, please proceed. At that moment, Bodhisattva Kṣitigarbha replied to the Holy Mother, saying, In the southern continent, the karmic retribution for the actions of living beings is as follows. If there are beings who are unfilial and even harbor thoughts of harming or killing their parents, they will fall into the Avachi hell. If there are beings who shed the blood of a Buddha, slander the triple gem, show disrespect for Buddhist scriptures, they too will fall into the Avachi hell and will not be liberated for countless eons. If there are beings who seize or damage the property of the Sangha, defile monastics or engage in sexual misconduct within monastic establishments, or even kill or harm monks and nuns, beings like these will fall into the Avachi hell, and they too will not attain liberation even after countless eons. If there are beings who, on the surface, wear the robes of ordained monks and imitate the appearance of monastics but do not genuinely commit to the Buddha's teachings, and instead, they arbitrarily take possession of the shared wealth of monasteries and the monastic community for themselves, to gain reputation and deceive laypeople or those who have faith in Buddhism, they disregard the monastic precepts and engage in various unwholesome deeds. Beings like this will also fall into the unending hell, and even after countless eons, they will not attain liberation. If there are beings who steal clothing, food, accommodations, belongings for travel, shared property, food supplies, and so on within monasteries, even if it's just a small item, and they take it without the consent of the monastery or the monastics, they will also fall into the unending hell, and even after countless eons, there will be no end to their suffering. Bodhisattva Kṣitigarbha replied, Holy Mother, if sentient beings commit these sins, they will fall into the 5 uninterrupted hells, where even obtaining a momentary cessation of suffering, even for the briefest instant, is impossible. Maya then asked Bodhisattva Kṣitigarbha again, What are the uninterrupted hells? Bodhisattva Kṣitigarbha explained, Holy Mother, all hells are located within the great iron encircling mountains. Among them, the largest hells number 18, followed by 500 others, each with its unique name. Furthermore, there are thousands and tens of thousands more, each with distinct names as well. The so-called uninterrupted hell is a place where the prison city has a circumference of over 80,000 leagues. The city walls are entirely constructed from iron and reach a height of 10,000 leagues, with flames covering the top of the walls, leaving almost no space untouched by fire. Inside the prison city, various hells are interconnected, each with different names. There is one particular hell named Uninterrupted, which has a circumference of 18,000 leagues and walls that are 1,000 leagues high, all made of pure iron. The fire from above can burn below, and the fire from below can scorch above, enveloping the entire prison city in flames. Since the city is entirely engulfed in fire, the instruments of punishment within the city, such as the iron serpents and iron dogs, are also burning red hot, spewing flames, and running back and forth on top of the walls to drive away the sinners who attempt to climb out of the prison city. Inside the city, there are beds extending for thousands of leagues, covering the entire area. When one person undergoes punishment, they can see their body lying across all these beds. Even when millions of people are suffering, each one sees their body spread across all the beds individually, without interfering with others. This is because they all committed the same sins, but due to the nature of their individual karmic obstructions, they can only perceive their own suffering without being aware of others. This illustrates the concept of all things are created by the mind, and it is truly unimaginable. Furthermore, these sinners endure various tortures. There are thousands of yakshas and evil spirits, their teeth protruding from their mouths, sharp as swords, their eyes are large and round, flashing in the dark hell like lightning. Their hands have copper claws for dragging the sinners. Some yakshas use large iron spears to pierce the sinners, targeting their mouths, noses, abdomens, or backs. There are also iron serpents that coil around the sinners' necks, suffocating them. Long iron nails are driven into the joints and bones of the sinners, their tongues are pulled out and plowed into the ground, their intestines are cut inch by inch, molten copper is poured into their mouths, and hot iron encircles their bodies. It's a cycle of 1,000 deaths and 1,000 rebirths, living deaths and deaths that bring new life. All of this is a result of the negative karma they accumulated in the past, leading to such cruel and dreadful instruments of punishment. The duration of time in hell is incredibly long, far surpassing many eons of the world's creation, existence, decline, and emptiness. So, when one world is destroyed, they are automatically transferred to the hells of another world. When that world is destroyed, they are transferred again, and so on. If this world is reconstructed, they return to the hells of this world. In short, without reaching the end of their sentence, no matter how many worlds' hells they may pass through, there is no escape from the hell. This is an overview of the karma retribution in uninterrupted hell. Furthermore, there are 5 more reasons to call it the uninterrupted hell. First, time is continuous without interruption. Sinners in this hell suffer day and night without a break until they complete the prescribed number of eons. During this process, there isn't a single day of respite, hence it is called uninterrupted. Second, continuity of karmic retribution. The karmic retribution is the same for all, and no matter how many sinners are in this hell, as long as one completes their punishment, all others do as well. This is why it's referred to as uninterrupted. Third, continuous suffering. Hell is filled with various implements of torture such as iron forks, iron rods, iron eagles, iron snakes, iron wolves, iron dogs, stone pounders, stone mills, iron saws. Iron chisels, iron files, iron axes, and boiling iron in iron pots, bronze juice, iron nets, iron ropes, iron donkeys, and iron horses, and various forms of punishments. For example, sinners are strangled by iron chains around their necks until they suffocate to death. They are scalded with red-hot iron water poured onto their bodies. In the hungry hell, they must swallow red-hot iron pellets. In the thirsty hell, they have to drink red-hot iron juice, and so on. Starting from the first day, these torments accumulate continuously, and year after year, eon after eon, they experience new sufferings every day, hence it is called uninterrupted. Fourth, no distinction of identity, regardless of gender, whether one is Han, a minority, a Chinese, a foreigner, an adult, or a child, whether one is of noble social status, like an emperor, or of humble status like a beggar, and whether one is a human, a dragon, a deity, a heavenly being, or a being in the ghost realm, as long as they have committed similar types of sins in the past, they will resonate with this hell and suffer together, with no distinction or preferential treatment, hence it is called uninterrupted. Fifth, unceasing thoughts. Once entering this hell, from the beginning until several eons have passed, each day and night involves countless cycles of birth and death, more than one can count. During this time, even the thought of a momentary respite is impossible, and only when the karmic retribution is fulfilled can they have a chance to be reborn elsewhere. From this perspective, it is called uninterrupted. Bodhisattva Kṣitigarbha said to Holy Mother, "I've only given a rough description of the situation in the uninterrupted hell. If we were to detail the names of various instruments of torture in hell and the sufferings endured, it would take more than 1 eon to explain it all." After hearing Bodhisattva Kṣitigarbha's explanation, Queen Maya became deeply concerned for the beings trapped by their own actions. She respectfully joined her palms, paid her respects to Bodhisattva Kṣitigarbha, and then returned to her original seat.